For our found art activity, we'll be changing some code that already exists. To start, load your code from activity 1-3, building the fitness machine. So that's what I have here. We'll be making changes to this existing code. Notice that we currently have a stopwatch, and we also have colors, sounds, and we have a countdown. Our goal is to create a code that will loop 5 times without us pressing any splats. When our program starts, we want our splat to light up a random color before starting a countdown. The countdown, along with the delay, is the amount of time we have to go search for an object that matches our random color. We should also hear a sound at the end of the countdown letting us know that we need to return and prepare for our next color. So let's start from the top. Switch out the when splat press blocks with 1 when program starts. So I'm going to do that right now, unsnapping all my blocks. I'm going to trash all of these when splat pressed, and I'm going to choose 1 when program starts, and then snap all the pieces back together to create one code. Now is a great time to pause the video if you want to prepare and follow along. Next, let's make changes to our stopwatch. So let's start by getting rid of blocks we no longer need. This includes the second half of our stopwatch block. So we'll keep the first half, snap it back on, but we'll get rid of the second half. We also are going to get rid of this extra stopwatch. Notice that we have 2 of them. We don't need both. And we also have more delays than we need. So we're going to get rid of this extra delay right here at the bottom. And snap everything back on. Now let's make changes to our lights. We want our splats to light up a random color and stay that random color. So let's get rid of the fade splat. And we'll replace it with this light splat that we have here. We also are going to keep this light splat here at the bottom. So we can get rid of this and then light all the splats with a random color and make sure that we do this change to both. Alright, so far we've changed how our program starts, we've changed our stopwatch, and we've changed our lights. Now it's time to change the sounds. We have more sound blocks than we need, so let's fix that by changing the amount we have and also some of the sounds so that they're not all the same. So we want to keep our ref whistle because we want to know when the program starts. But let's think about what other sounds we want to hear. Let's say we want a sound to play while our splat is choosing a random color, and then we'll have another sound that lets us know that the color has been chosen. So we only need 2 more play sounds. We can get rid of these extra ones right now. So get rid of this one, and then get rid of this one, and then snap everything back on. So now with our existing sounds, we don't want them all to be ref whistles. Let's get rid of 2 of the ref whistles. Let's make one sound a snare drum. So that can be the sound that plays while our splat is choosing a color. And then let's choose a sound that lets us know the color has been chosen. Let's go to our core sounds right here. And then let's make it a symbol. So these are the sounds that we're going to hear, and these are the blocks that we need for our code. Now is the time to start thinking about the order of our blocks so that the code makes sense. So when the program starts, we want the ref whistle to let us know that it started, and then we want our stopwatch to start as well. So while the stopwatch is getting ready, we want this to be 2 seconds, because what that means is the splats will be choosing a random color and they're not going to do it for longer than 2 seconds. So while the splats are choosing a random color, we want to hear the snare drum to let us know that the selection process is still happening. As soon as the splats have decided on a color, we want to hear the symbol. And as soon as we hear the symbol, all the splats should also light up that random color. So let's select this, snap it on, and then we'll move these down here. Alright, so now that we have the first half done, let's think about how we want our program to end. I have this little guy hiding over here. Alright, so as soon as it's lit up a random color, we want our stopwatch to stop. As soon as the stopwatch stops, we want a delay in between because we actually want to give ourselves some time to look for our object. So let's snap on the delay, and here's where you can really be selective. So I like to have at least 60 seconds to go look, but I know lots of people, especially Crash, they like to do lightning rounds, and so sometimes they like to set it as 15 seconds. This is totally up to you. Maybe you feel like walking and you don't want to run to find an object, or you really want to search for the right object. If you want to do that, give yourself more time. If you want to challenge yourself to make a sculpture using any object that you find right away, give yourself less time. This is totally optional and up to you. But we want to give ourselves this delay so that we actually have time to search. And then we're going to start our countdown. Our countdown lets us know that, hey, wherever you are in your home, start coming back to the splat. It's about to choose a new color. So set your countdown, and as soon as the countdown is done, we want to set our stopwatch back to 0 so that we can start the process over again. And this little guy, that's just an extra. So now is a great time to pause the video if you want to check the code you have with the code I have here on my screen. Alright, so we are in the home stretch. All we need now is to have our code loop back 5 times. So let's find our repeat block, set this to 5. And the reason I choose 5 is because 5 is a nice number of objects to have in your found art sculpture, but you can set this to be any number you want. So let's choose all this code that we made, snap it into the repeat, and then snap the repeat into the program starts. Let's run our code and see what it looks like. But for our demonstration, I'm going to set this to just 5 seconds so that we're not waiting a long time to see how our countdown sounds and to see that our stopwatch is resetting. Breath whistle, symbol letting us know a color has been chosen. We're going to see a delay.
10, 9,
countdown.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Resetting back to 0 after a 5-second delay, and then it starts back over again. So our code does exactly what we want it to. And you can also set more splats if you want to, and they'll all just end up lighting up a random color. So I hope you enjoy, and I cannot wait to see your found art sculpture. My dog will help me choose the objects for our sculpture. All right. Is this a good pink object? Yes. Okay, what about this? Is this a good green object? Oh, yes. All right, red. Not sure, but I think it'll do. And then last but not least, how about this one? Blue? It's a bookmark. Seal of approval. All right, we got our objects. Next stop, building our sculpture. I have my pink object. It's like a pencil holder. And I think I want to make a bridge from the donut using my red clip. And then I'll use my little blue hand bookmark to sort of lean it. Lean it. You know, your sculpture is not always going to work with you, so you have to work with the sculpture. Lean it. So close. Alright, I'm going to cut out the video for a second so I can get the hand to stay on the red clip. I did it. And now, the final piece is a little, it's a little lizard toy. And then the lizard will get on the bridge, and that's my sculpture.